Hey guys, welcome back to Sports Bar. We are back with another cricket video, and you can see in his background, we are talking about England and Australia. England and Australia are set to play three ODIs and three T20s, and we'll talk about T20s first. We'll make an ODI video later after the series, but we'll make a T20 video first. So, England are to play three T20s against Australia, and recently England uh, tied the series against Pakistan. They won a game, and yesterday they lost the game against Pakistan just by 5 runs. And we have to see that Moeen Ali has finally found form. He scored those 61 runs, and Tom Banton for England is a huge prospect, especially for future. In upcoming years, Tom Banton is going to be a huge name. He had a great series as well, and he got some 70 runs in a T20, and yesterday he got another 41 runs. So thumbs up for England. They are in great form as well.
Not only you talk about Tom Banton and Moeen Ali, I'm Oil Morgan, I remember, एक बार में बात की थी, off camera we have talked about. We once talked about, off camera that Oil Morgan is not one of the best England players, but with absence of players like Joe Root, Jason Roy, George Butler, all these main players who are not playing, but still he is performing well. He's captaining that side now. Now it looks like he's one of the main batsmen of the team, and he's leading his team by his captaincy as well as his batting. So again, once all these players, once what you can say, मतलब, जब teammate George Butler, when they had George Butler, and we were talking, he was playing as a side role, but now once all these players are gone and new players are filling in, he's taken over that main role, and that is what we saw in the second T20. David Malan was just trying to move the ball here and around, trying to give strike to Owen Morgan, whereas Morgan was hitting sixes, and they just it looked like 194 was not even what a challenge for them. They made it so easily. So again, if you look at that, Morgan is on form. Banton is also doing very well. You have got Moeen Ali finally coming back into his form after a lot of bad games for him. But the one player who has not what you can say impressed me is Johnny Bairstow. He certainly has to get back in form if he has to perform well, because again, Banton is playing very well and Jason Roy is currently injured. So if he doesn't play well, I think so they might look to
His
replace
future at
Bairstow.
England T20 might be under threat,
Yes,
right?
yes. And Tom Banton can easily, play his role alongside Jason Roy. So again, he has to get something in this series, because against Ireland also did not play that well except for that one match where he scored 100. And after that, again, in this all three matches he got out very cheaply. So again, he has to focus on his game and he has to take his game back. And if he wants to play for England, the one thing I saw here was the absence of Joe Root. Are they planning? Is England planning to play T20 cricket without Joe Root? Because T20 World Cup is happening in India, and there is certainly some players who can just take those singles or take the strike, and Joe Root is one of the best in it. So I think so they are planning to play without Joe Root. What are your thoughts on that?
See, England, I have known that England have always thought of playing the shorter formats with players who are of 25 or 30 years old, not more than that. And Joe Root is what, like 31 years old now. And that might be the reason why he's not getting to play. We have to praise Morgan here for that, because Morgan is well over 30, and yet he's consistent in the team. So that's the reason why Morgan is still here. His consistency. And like you asked about Joe Root, Joe Root hasn't been able to perform since so many years now, and that's why I beyond Joe Root as far as T20s are concerned.
So right now, the England squad is up right now. Any surprising is George Archer is coming back. George Butler is coming back. Still, I think so. Chris Woke is absent from that, because Chris Woke has been a major part of England's even red ball cricket or white ball cricket. So he is absent. So I think so there must be to give him rest. Ben Stokes, as we all know, he's not gonna come back from this. He has a family issue right now.
That's correct.
So again, do you think any big name missing in that right now?
I don't think England will miss any big name. England will definitely not miss Ben Stokes, and they won't even miss Chris Woakes, because they have the kind of replacements with them. If we talk about England cricket team, they were playing without these two players, and they did well against Pakistan in all the three games. Even though they lost the last game, but they lost only by 5 runs, and they were chasing a huge total of 190. So I can easily say that England are not missing anyone right now, and England will certainly do well against Australia. Also, let me tell you the fact that England are playing their strong team against Australia, and they are certainly definitely taking this series very seriously.
So we will talk about England's England 11 in this game. Who do you think can be the England 11? First you tell, then I will go with.
See, England might open with Tom Banton and Bairstow might get a chance. And at 3, they'll ask David Malan to bat. Then they have options. Then they have options at 4. Maybe Moeen Ali or Chris or Owen Morgan can play at number 4. It will depend on the situation. But as far as normal situation is concerned, I believe Owen Morgan will play at 4. Moeen Ali will play at 5. And then they have Jose Butler at 6 and Sam Curran at 7. So that will be England's batting lineup. And they have 2 players who can even bowl in this batting lineup. That is Moeen Ali and Sam Curran. So England already have 2 bowlers in the first top 7. And then as far as the bowling unit is concerned, then maybe Tom Curran can play. Adil Rashid will definitely play because he's the only spinner. After Moeen Ali and yeah, Mark Wood will also play, so that will be the.
Don't forget Chris Jordan because he has performed.
Chris Jordan as well, correct.
He was injured. Yes, he was injured for some time, but after that, I remember RCB playing. RCB paid big bucks for him when they bought him Chris Jordan, but he did not rise to that expectation, and everybody thought that Chris Jordan maybe he's leaks too much, but after that he has worked out. And he has bowled well. I've been following him from South Africa series. South Africa series, he was the main bowler. Was to go to Owen Morgan's go-to bowler, and now also in Pakistan series. When Pakistan were somewhat the 140 for 140 and 15 overs, and was looking like Hafiz and the other batsman would just take the game away from them and score 200 runs. He was the one who stopped that. Again in the last match also he gave only 29 runs and took those 2 wickets. So again, and he is gonna be the important one. Certainly his eyes has been very good. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Chris Jordan, like I said, he's always been a death over specialist, and he'll definitely bowl those overs. He'll get to bowl more than 2 overs at the death. So yeah, definitely Chris Jordan will play, and don't forget the fact that England also have Jofra Archer. So you have Jofra Archer and you have Chris Jordan. So a deadly combo. Jofra Archer will bowl overs at the top and Jordan at the end. So England have their bowling unit sorted.
And if we even talk about Moeen Ali can bowl, then you have there are 6-7 options, so it's a good thing to have that much options. And I think so England would be starting to prepare for T20 World Cup platform right now because only 400 days to go for the World Cup which is happening in India. And they have to get because if you have to play World Cup in India, the spin bowler has to do well. Moeen Ali did that job at a level, but Adil Rashid he was not among the wickets this time. We all know Pakistan are very good against the spinners. Even every subcontinent team is good against spinner. So again, he was hammered 40 runs in this test match. US test match also he got hammered. So again, what can Adil Rashid do differently? Because he's a England spinner, not an Indian spinner, but still anything he can do. You are a leg spinner as well, so you can just give us some.
More than doing things differently, Adil Rashid should try to do the things which he always does right. That is more important, I feel, because Adil Rashid should definitely play on his strengths. He's a great leg spinner. He's a great limited over bowler, and yeah, like I said, he should bowl at his strengths. Try to give the batsman some flight. And as far as the variations are concerned, sometimes you can bowl a flight delivery, sometimes you can bowl a flat one, and he has that googly and all those deliveries in his armor. So he should try to do all his things right, and that will definitely help him to be an important part of the English team.
Because I've seen he bowled exceptionally well against teams like Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, and all. But against subcontinent teams, Pakistan and India, because and it's happening in India, and we are going to face teams like India and Pakistan and Sri Lanka. So we have to do some work on that. But yeah, he will certainly do that. So that's it, England side. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the Australian side? They are playing their first series after a long time. Since that first, I think so they played against New Zealand last time when they were out. 3-match series which was shortened to 1 match only. What are their thoughts? What will be going on in their mind right now?
See, Australians have had more than enough rest, and this rest was more than what a cricketer needs. Australia played their last game back in February, and now they are playing a game against England, their arch rivals this time. So yeah, I saw the practice match. Australians were hitting well, and I definitely feel that they are more than rejuvenated. And Australia might do well. You cannot count Australia out. They have had rest, and they have players in form. They've done well in the practice games. So
do you think they would be rusty? Do you think they would be rusty right now?
A little
not
bit.
match fit.
See, these are all international cricketers. They know how much rest they need, how much time they need before a game. So I don't think that there might be a rust factor, but definitely because they've not been playing cricket for 6 months, so you might see that thing in it. And like I said, England have been playing cricket for a long time now. They've played 3 series now, and so yeah, England will be at an advantage, but don't count Australia out because they'll be doing well.
Any names missing for South African side, the Australian side, that they have announced? Any names missing? Big names you think which have been included?
See, Australia, I definitely want to say the fact that Australia are playing the strongest teams. I don't think that there's a player who's gonna be missing out on this series. Australia will definitely do well with all the players that they have, and yeah, they have power hitters, they have death bowlers, they have Adam Zampa, they have Nathan Lyon as well. So yeah, Australia are fine.
Do you remember last time when Australia went to England in 2018? What happened? They lost the series 5-0. Then they lost the T20 as well. And have you forgot about that 480 that England scored against them, 481 for 6?
See, that was a difficult time for the Australian cricket team because we all know that that sandpaper saga had happened. 3 of their players were banned, and they were playing there at their weakest. Their coach had also resigned. They were playing with a new coach. So things
and
like
don't forget a new captain as well. Team Payne was
new captain as well. Correct, new captain as well. So that definitely was evitable. And but this time the Australian team is different. We all know how Australia defeated England last time in the Ashes. They defeated them in the 2 test matches and they regained the Ashes. So that will definitely help the Australian cricket team, and Australia will definitely do better.
What is your
better than
11?
They did last time.
What is your 11? Starting 11 for Australia.
Australia will start with Aaron Finch and David Warner at 3. They might play either Steve Smith or Manas Labuschagne at 4. Yeah, if Steve Smith plays, then he'll play at 4 or at 3. So Manas Labuschagne and Steve Smith, they'll do that 3 and 4. And at 5 they have Glenn Maxwell, they have Marcus Stoinis as well, and yeah. And other than that, the bowlers, Mitchell Stark will play, Pat Cummins will play. They might give a go to Kane Richardson in T20s instead of Hazelwood, I feel. And yeah, that's what.
We all know. Are you a fan of Manas Labuschagne? Because when he came onto the pitch, because personally, I have a little credibility. I follow Australia's domestic level. I also follow England domestic level. So even if someone is making a debut, I know certain things about them. Not many things, but certain things about them. But Manas Labuschagne, was the one who I haven't heard in my life at all. And he came to play that 3rd test match against England when Steve Smith was injured, and after that he has never looked back. We all know how good he is. He played well in South Africa. He played well in England, and after that Australia did a tour. He played also well there. Then they came back to Australia. He also performed well, there. Yeah. So again, his astronomical rise, to the international cricket. What are your thoughts on it right now?
See, Manas Labuschagne is a genius. When Manas Labuschagne was hit with that ball on his head, and post 15 minutes that he batted, he was his feet was moving. He was absolutely magnificent as far as his footwork was concerned. You don't move your feet when you're nervous, and when your mind is positive, you're thinking about scoring runs. Only that time your feet moves. And Manas Labuschagne's footwork was really good, even after being hit on his helmet. He was a concussion substitution and all that happened, yet he batted well. So Manas Labuschagne showed that he had that intent of playing international cricket back in Australia last year. So yeah, Manas Labuschagne, like I said, he's a genius.
Is he, Steve Smith Jr.? Because everybody in Australia and England talking about, he's going to be just like Steve Smith. He's just a younger version of Steve Smith. Do you think it that way?
Yeah, he himself says that he's a huge fan of Steve Smith. He hangs around Steve Smith all the time. He's always talking with Steve Smith. He's always sitting with him. Even when they were coming to England from flight, he was sitting beside Steve Smith only. So he's his best friend, and that will certainly help him. That is actually helping him.
So again, we have right now Australia. Again, there are 5-6 months of the series. What are your predictions of this series? Who's gonna win this one?
Rain might win, and if rain doesn't, and if there's no rain, then England might win the T20 series. Australia might win a game because England have been on a move since the lockdown, and Australia haven't been. So that might help England, and England are clear favorites to start the series. England might win the series, but Australia might win a game or two.
Now that you are
That's on their
mentioning,
game.
how big of a factor the rain would be, because these are all one-day matches or limited over games. How much of a difference that makes? Because even if the matches went forward, the pitch gets wet, outfield gets wet, then you spinner don't get the game. So how does a factor it will play? Then rain will play in this series.
See, it's the month of September, and I don't think it will rain much in England. There might be small drizzle, but I personally don't think rain might intervene. But you never know about England.
So yes, you predict one. I also predict one. I think England will be in the first quarter. So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all we have for today's video. Stay tuned for more IPL videos right now, because we are trying to post them. RCB one is out right now. You can check that. I will leave a link at the end of the video. Next, we'll be talking about CSK right now. CSK, as we all know, there's some problems going on right now. We'll be talking about them, and it might come on out of tomorrow. So yeah, that's it we have today. Ahmad, do you want to end this thing?
No, just stay tuned and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Peace out.